Class, welcome to week 5. We are getting deeper into site design and things that might help when you're actually launching your online business here this week. So we will have site design guidelines, kind of some tips and tricks for, all right, how do you what elements do you need to design a website? What should you look for, especially if you haven't built one before? And then there's an e-commerce assignment that's fantastic, just about how you can set your website up to generate revenue. What are some of the different options there? And then you'll note there is a link for student feedback to the instructor. I highly encourage you to fill that out. It's only worth 1 point, so it doesn't really have an impact on your grade. But for me, it's super helpful. I love the feedback. I may think I'm doing a good job explaining something or setting up the instruction of the course a certain way, and you're like, man, it just drives me nuts when Brother Luke does this, or I wish he would do that, or that's a great place to provide feedback. Again, I try to look at that every semester and really incorporate what you say to make this make this course better for you from what I can this semester, and certainly for students into the future. So let's jump into this first topic: site design guidelines. You may be thinking, boy, I'm not sure how to build a website. I've never done that before. That's okay. This content on here gives you a good overview of some basic expectations. And then this assignment is one that I love, because what you'll do is you'll go to 2 successful websites that run a similar model to yours, or they're in the same industry, just something where you're thinking, oh, yeah, I could model mine after this. And the best part about online business, at least right now, is you don't trademark website design. And so if someone else has a setup or functionality on their website where you're thinking, oh, that would be great, I'd really like to use that on my website, it would really apply here and here, and you can do that. You can do that without any concern or fear that you're copying or taking something, as long as you respect logos, and you're not trying to confuse a customer by thinking that they're arriving to your competitor's website instead of yours. That oversteps the line. But as far as general design and functionality go, you can take all the ideas you want from your competitors. Really neat part of online business. I say that as of now, the internet is still relatively young in comparison to other industries, and so that may change into the future. So you'll find a couple websites that you think might apply, and then follow the instructions for this Word document. You'll notice there's no quantify and compare spreadsheet. We've moved past a lot of those now at this point in the semester, and so this will be a little bit more focused on other skills, but I hope you still use that quantify and compare mentality in other business decisions you're making. But you'll provide the URLs of those 2 websites, list 5 similarities and why you think they have those similarities, and then pick one website that you think would be a good pattern for your website, and explain why you chose that site, and then describe 4 pages you plan to include on your website and describe your rationale. So this is just to help you with some ideas of how you might design your site. After your discussion board, you'll have the e-commerce assignment. And this is, again, walking you through different ways you can incorporate a payment function on your site. Your model may not require this. You may be doing an affiliate or drop shipping model, but you may be selling a product. Either way, it's really good to know this, because you may have an affiliate site, and later on you may want to include a payment function for direct merchandise purchase or something like that. And so this is really good information to have. They list various platforms on here, right? Some are very common: PayPal, Shopify. Some are not, right? You may not be as familiar with Stripe or Square, even though those are used more and more often. So you'll watch that. You'll go ahead and read through that content, and then create a Word document that really just kind of gives you a chance to explain that you understand the basic differences between the pros and the cons. Again, this is just getting you familiar with these different platforms, with these different options. So a fairly simple assignment for e-commerce. And again, that will be it. You'll have your reflection, and I would love to see your feedback if you're willing to share it at the end of this week. Thanks, everybody.